champ is here! The champ is here!
What's up, guys? I want to talk to you today about the Falconeyes SO-28TD diffuser disc, lighted disc. I don't really know what to call it. Now, as you can see, hopefully, I'm framed in the shot and I don't have to redo this. Hopefully, you can kind of see how I have it coming right off directly from this angle. You can see the intensity. I have it turned up to 100% right now, and it's on, I believe, 56 Kelvin. Let me double check. Yeah, it's on 5600 Kelvin, 100%. And we're gonna turn it down to about, all the way down to 10%, so I can kind of give you a drastic look at how different it is. That would be at 10%. This is at 50%. Though, what I have to say about this is, I feel like things can be really bright to you, but when you're looking through your camera, the image is not exactly how you see it. Like, it looks bright to me, so I feel like it should be lighting me up like a Christmas tree. But when you look in the film, you know, in the camera and stuff, it doesn't necessarily show you that. So you're like, man, it's really dark, you can barely see the light. So when I got this light, I was thinking, you know, it'd be really good to have this light because the reviews were pretty good. And I'm gonna say that it's warranted. It is a really good light. But I guess what I thought that this light was gonna be brighter, and I was gonna be able to have it a little further away, and it was going to be, you know, really, really bright. And what I found out, it's not as bright as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, you pretty much have to have it right out of frame, you know, in a good position, and really crank up the intensity. So that was 50. I'm going to turn back up to 100. And you can adjust this all the way down to 3000 kelvins. So, you know, that really orangey light. So that's at 3000 Kelvin. Like I said, this is adjustable all the way from 3000 to 5600. Depending on what type of light you want, that's what you're gonna kind of get. It's not RGB, which is good for a reason, but it does really help. I'm not gonna say that the light doesn't work, but I would say that if you are looking towards this light to be your key light, like your main light, I feel like you're gonna be a little disappointed because I don't feel that it is that sufficient, that good to really do that, unless you're trying to go for a specific type of mood lighting system, you know, like mood lighting, then, you know, it will work out. But I don't really feel like it's good enough to be a key light. So right off the bat, spending $189, I would say you should probably go look towards like a SL60W setup to spend around the same amount of money with a soft box, and you'll be fine. I'm actually gonna be doing that soon. Hopefully, you know, I can get it in this week, but the SL60 from Godox and a soft box is what I'm gonna try out next, to see if it fixes or satisfies my desire to have a good key light. Because in my situation, like I said, it's really dark, and when you're shooting with this camera, you have to have a lot of light. You know, that's the main thing with, like, when you're dealing with some of these hybrid cameras, and especially the cinema cameras. Those cameras need a lot of light, you know, so they can utilize their dynamic range. So it could be kind of a downside if you're looking to just shoot more, you know, home video stuff and you know, things that don't really matter. But if you're going to use one of those cameras, you want to make sure your lighting is good as well. Otherwise, you won't be able to utilize the camera to its fullest capabilities. So with that being said, I think this light is great. The Falconeyes is great. I think the 28, I feel like you just have to either have two of them, or yeah, like you gotta have 2 of them at least at the minimum to kind of really be well lit. And other than that, it's good. The only thing I don't like, it has this obnoxiously long power brick. Let me see if I can show you here. This obnoxiously, well, it's not obnoxiously big, but the placement from the end of it into the light is not that long, so it ends up dangling as soon as you raise the light, you know, just up a couple feet. It'll start to dangle, so that's a little annoying. But other than that, it's pretty lightweight. You know, you can do some fun things with this light. If you look up newer 49 wall, you can get some nice, you can screw your light on there and hang it off the wall and always have it directional if you'd like with this. There's some pretty cool things that you can do with it. All in all, I think, like I said, it doesn't get too warm, it doesn't make noise. It's really good, it's just not enough by itself. Now, they have different models of these. I think you can get there's a medium-sized one, and then there's a really big one. I think it's like a 68. It's like a 68 TD. I think the mid-sized one is like 48 TD. Now, I've seen some reviews on the really big one, because at first I was like, well, you know, maybe I can just get a really big one and use this one as a key light. You know, I use this one as a side light, and I use the bigger one as the key light. Maybe it'll be better. But after using it for a while, I didn't feel comfortable spending more money just to move up to that bigger disc, you know, hoping that it's gonna solve that, you know, that key light situation, and hoping that it did, and then probably being disappointed. So I decided against it, but I will keep it as a, you know, as a complementing light, especially with the color range that it has. You're not gonna get that if you go with like an aperture 120D or the SL or the Godox SL60. You're not gonna get that because, to my knowledge, I don't have it yet, but to my knowledge, I didn't think those were adjustable. I thought maybe it's just a bright light 5600 Kelvin and then intensity from there, but I don't think you can adjust the Kelvin from 3000 to 5600 on those. Could be wrong. If I am, let me know. But with this, at least you can do that. So if you want a little more orange tone, you know, yellow sunlight in your, you know, complementing one of your sides, you can use that, you know, and adjust it accordingly to have a better lighting situation. It's good, but like I said, it's good in pairs. You know, if you had 2 of these, I think you'd be pretty good. But one is not going to solve that key light issue if you have that. So I would not spend all the money on this again. Before, if I would have knew about the aperture 120D and the Godox SL60W, if I would have knew about that before this light, I would have gotten that light set up first, and I wouldn't have had to waste a little bit of money. So I'm just letting you know that in case you decide you're kind of deciding down that road what you want as far as lighting. Maybe a bigger disc, maybe if you got the biggest one, it could. It just depends on your situation, your layout, and that's really it. So hopefully this has been a little helpful. I didn't do the typical, you know, product shot. I mean, it's pretty simple, really simple. It does not come with a stand, so if you do order one, just remember that it doesn't come with a stand. So other than that, hope you enjoyed it. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.